I'm expecting him to set the tone. So, Shannon, how will this sit with LeBron James?
LeBron gonna be fine with it. Skip, AD is basically, he rolls out of bed, he's 27 and 10. That's what he is. I mean, the guy can shoot the three, he can put it on the floor from mid-range. Obviously, he can post you up, he can put it on the floor and get to the rack. You foul him, he's an 85, almost 90% free throw shooter. Has no weakness in his game offensively, and we know he's one of the preeminent defensive players in all of basketball. And I think the thing is, Skip, because the season is going to be condensed, there are going to be a lot of back-to-backs. He's going to be prime in line because when LeBron sits out, that's going to be his opportunity to take on more of the scoring load, take on more of the leadership role when LeBron is sitting out on some of these back-to-backs. And so I expect AD to go out there and be AD, especially after the way he performed in the playoffs. AD's going to be a monster this year. He knows, he wants to be thought of. He knows what comes along with being a big man in the purple and gold.
Yep.
When it comes to big man, Skip, it starts with this. It basically starts with the purple and gold. From Wilt to Kareem to Shaq and now AD. If you want to throw power in there also. When it comes to big man, the Lakers are it. Mikan started with Mikan first back in Minneapolis. But so I expect AD to be in the hunt. Now, obviously, they're going to chop each other up. It's kind of like Steph and KD. When they're there, you know, neither one of them want it because one's stealing votes from the other, and that might be a situation again. But I expect AD to be a monster, and I don't think LeBron has a problem with that. But because LeBron knows the better and more dominant AD becomes, the greater and greater our run can continue.
Okay, quick historical note for our younger viewers. The Lakers did start in Minneapolis, as you referred to.
They did.
And for those who don't know, Minnesota is the land of 10,000 lakes.
Yes.
So they were nicknamed the Lakers, which is pretty weird that they then moved to L.A. and they're still
lakes.
the Lakers by the ocean. I don't know. You figure it out, but that's the history.
Right.
Back to Jared Dudley. I got to know him pretty to very well at ESPN. He has had an amazing career because even back when I first knew him in 2012, he was still like on his way out, like, well, I think I got one more year because I can 3 and D. You know, like he could really shoot. Remember, he was the ACC Player of the Year.
That's the people.
Yeah.
Skip, I think they look at Jared Dudley now and they look at his body and they're like, oh, man, that joker, what he still doing in the league? But he was ACC, the preeminent basketball conference in all America.
Player of the Year at Boston College. Okay, so he was still trying to hang on. Like he said, there's a place for me because he can play defense.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like he plays that much now, but he can.
Right.
And I think he's still a very good practice player.
Right.
And here's what you have to love about Jared Dudley. This is why they brought him back. He's a great guy, and he's a smart guy, and he's a very positive guy.
Right.
He's a pleasure to be around. He's always upbeat and always in a good mood. So they said for $2.6 million just for the next year, he's back. In some ways,
his role,
he does, but it's almost like a mascot role, like you're the life of the party on the bench, right?
He Skip, and the thing is that when you look at it, he's basically what he's to the Lakers, what Udonis Haslem is for the Heat.
Except Udonis, once upon a time, was the backbone. of the Heat.
But he might play, what, 2 games a year?
Yeah.
He plays his role. He gets them motivated, practice, make sure everybody, make sure everybody understands the Heat culture because he was a part of the establishing the Heat culture.
He was once the guts of the Heat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Jared was never that to this team.
But he understands his role, and like you said, they say, what you do? I rebound, I play defense and rebound, throw it to Bron.
And he helps keep Bron happy. He makes sure that if LeBron's a little down, he's got jokes.
Right.
That's his role on this team, and he's really, really good at it.
Right.
Which leads to this quote. I was surprised by it. I might even go so far as to say I was shocked by it because I gave in to you. I told you last year I would have voted in the regular season for LeBron as MVP, in part because of the narrative of at that stage and that age to have that kind of year.
Coming off the injury.
Yeah, they were 28 and 27 in the games he started his first year. You want to talk about turning it completely around? And he kept saying, hashtag washed king. Well, he was unwashed, right?
Yep.
So here we went, and again, we got interrupted by a pandemic, but up to that point, for sure, I thought he had a slight edge because he closed strong before they had to all go home, right?
Because that Friday night, it was the Bucks. He beat Giannis head-to-head, had a monster number, and then he came back that Sunday,
beat the
Clippers.
Okay, so I thought, you know what? Let's just do this. He earned this one. There's no, it's not wishy-washy. It's not flim-flammy. No, he went out and he did this and earned this. And then Giannis wins MVP with 85 first-place votes to LeBron's 16. And I just don't think that was fair.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Giannis and LeBron in just a moment here. But the point is, I thought he deserved better. He is still positioned to do something even greater because that would have tied him with Karl Malone, who won an MVP at age 35.
Correct.
Okay, now, as he turns 36 going into this season, right?
Yep.
He will, just as the season starts, it's December 30th, so it starts 22nd. So he will just be turning 36. He will, if he could make an MVP run, he will become would become the oldest MVP in the history of this league. Right. Now, that's pretty great, and that's an accolade that I'm sure he would cherish, maybe above all his other MVPs, right? So for Jared Dudley, of all people, to be pushing AD, I think he's going to make an MVP run this year. It shocked me because it's just not right for him to say that because he's still a very respected voice on the team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but Skip, you know, the thing is with certain guys, I mean, just like people say, well, KD's going to make an MVP run. KD playing is going to be an MVP run. There's certain guys, Skip, and what he's saying is that, Skip, AD is going to have to even be better last year than he was this year. And if he does that, he's going to be smack dab in the MVP discussion. And remember, Skip, basically the first half, what was everybody saying? AD is the MVP of the team. He was playing just that well. I believe he should have been the defensive player of the year. Skip, he's just so skilled at that size, and there's really no weakness in his game because he plays both ends of the court.
No doubt.
So he's going to be in the running.
Well, he was in the running for Finals MVP too.
Yeah.
Your guy got it. Yeah, that was a narrative.
Hold on, tell me. You make it seem like my guy didn't deserve it.
It was a real close call to me because down the stretch, he was just taking games over.
And my guy was, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
And he made, I know it wasn't in the finals, but that shot against Denver, that was a turning point.
Skip.
Kobe.
The final 6 games against the Miami Heat, was LeBron James not the best player? Was he not the best player on the court, Skip? Come on now.
Maybe he had a voodoo doll and made sure that Dragic and Bam were gone. I don't know. That was valuable.
Skip, it's okay. It's okay if you just say, yeah, he was the best.
Okay, he was the best.
Okay.
Almost. But the point is that Jared Dudley, that he said something that would sting LeBron James. If I'm LeBron, the pride that man has, I would be like,
hold on, Skip. You remember what AD said? AD said Bron told him to go get the Finals MVP. He said, I got it. No, let me take that back. He said, he pushed him for me. He said, I got enough awards. Go get it.
You believe that?
Yeah, I believe it. Why AD gonna lie?
Because LeBron is trying to build this far-fetched GOAT case. He needs all the help he can get.
We already built it. We good. We got enough awards. We're gonna stack titles now, Skip. We about to stack these titles. Gonna get by 6, 7 of these things.
6, 7?
Yeah.
That's your prediction?
And then we let you
7.
We'll let everybody
Shannon
debate.
Sharp says LeBron James will finish with 7 championships.
We're gonna get 5. We're gonna be 5 this year.
Really?
5 this year.
Done deal?
Done.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Says Shannon Sharp on television, on tape.
Hey, this thing been in the air fryer for like 4, 5 minutes.
Really?
It's done. You know, you got one of them air fryers? I got one of them air fryers. Hit that button, put them burgers in there, some chicken.
Done? Huh. I don't even know why. I don't even know why they're going to play the season this year.
Yeah, we got to do that. We got to get some of this money back we lost in the pandemic. We got to get some of this money back. That's why we
All right, guys, we'll get back to Lakers talk in a little bit, but we're switching gears to Deshaun Watson. Is he a top 3 quarterback that doesn't get the credit